Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is the first contemporary fantasy novel written by Renton Riggs and published on 2011. Initially, it was meant to be a picture book reproducing photos collected by Riggs during the years, but after some advices, he changed his mind. He wrote a story of a boy named Jake that decided to investigate on the death of his grandfather through some odd photos that will take him to uncover a big orphanage inhabited by peculiar children. In 2016, the film adaptation by the famous director Tim Burton was created. And like any book to film adaptation, there are some differences with the book. During an interview, Tim Burton talks about the main theme of the book and the movie, the peculiarity. Nowadays, many teenagers feel different and think they are worthless, just because on social media they don't reach the same numbers of followers or views like teenagers of their same age. And this scares me so much, said the film director. For him, different has a positive meaning. The book writer Renton Riggs went to the movie set and said that Burton represented the story he imaged in a very good way. In the book, the protagonist meets a girl named Emma and a boy named Millard. Both force the protagonist to follow them, and so he ends up being kidnapped and taken to the orphanage. In the movie, Jake meets Emma, Millard, and other teenagers, and he decided to follow them to the orphanage. So we can see that there's not an actual kidnapping. We can find another difference when in the book Jake and the teenagers find a dead man named Martin, and with Enoch's power they bring him back to life, so he can say that the killer is an Hollows. In the movie, instead, they find a dead man without eyes and they theorize that the killer might be an Hollows. The Hollows are frightful beings seeking eyes to eat in order to maintain their human-like shape. In the book, there's a time loop that brings the Peculiars to the 3rd September 1940, while in the movie correspond to the 3rd September 1943. In the book, the Hollows can't get into the time loop. While in the movie we can see that they get in without problem. The leader and creator of the Fierce Hollows is Mr. Baron, that is performed by the famous actor Samuel Leroy Jackson. One of the most notable differences concerns Miss Peregrine's kidnapping. While in the book, Jake and the others find out that Miss Peregrine has been kidnapped by Mr. Baron, in the movie, instead, they find out that Miss Peregrine at first turned into a bird and then was taken away. Jake thinks he is just a normal teenager grown up hearing the stories of these peculiar children, but shortly after find out that he also has a power. That is, to be able to see hollows in their monster shape. A unique skill between peculiars. Another difference concerns the character of the protagonist psychiatrist, that in the book is a man. while in the movie is a woman that eventually takes the shape of a man. The two characters, Olive and Emma, got a change of power and personality. In fact, Olive in the book has the power of the air, so she can fly, while in the movie that power corresponds to the character of Emma. Olive in the movie has the power of fire, that in the book is Emma's power. These are only few differences between the book and the movie. As you can see, no substantial changes happen, but are still relevant for the novel supporters. I'd like to clarify that Ramson Riggs, during an interview on the movie set, has been particularly satisfied of the movie result, despite the changes created by the filmmaker Tim Burton.